From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, August the 31st, 2023. We open with a deadly terror attack this morning near the central Israeli city of Modi'in, where a Palestinian truck driver rammed his vehicle into IDF soldiers and civilians. The IDF said an IDF soldier was killed as the result of the ramming. 6 others were injured, including 3 other soldiers. The IDF said the assailant then drove his truck toward the Hashmonaim crossing and was neutralized by Ministry of Defense security personnel. Last night, a 14-year-old Palestinian teenage boy stabbed an Israeli man in the back at a Jerusalem light rail station outside the Old City. The Times of Israel said the Israeli man was moderately injured in the attack and was taken to the hospital in stable condition. The terrorist, who tried to then stab other people, was shot dead by an off-duty border police officer. And 4 IDF soldiers were hurt during overnight activity in the West Bank city of Nablus. The IDF said an officer and 3 soldiers were injured by a detonated explosive device while operating to secure the route for Israeli civilians to Joseph's tomb. The IDF said the soldiers were evacuated to a hospital to receive further medical treatment. Israel's Minister of Defense Yoav Gallant wrapped up what he called a productive visit to the United States this week, meeting senior administration officials and the head of the United Nations. Gallant said, "I delivered clear messages to our partners. Iran continues to destabilize the Middle East region and export terrorism globally." He said Hezbollah in Lebanon represents the consequences of Iranian ambitions, and this requires international intervention. He said we also discussed positive opportunities to expand the circle of peace. I thanked our U.S. friends for their ongoing efforts and investment in the Abraham Accords, while committing to Israel's security and qualitative military edge in the region. U.S. Special Envoy to Monitor and Combat Anti-Semitism Ambassador Deborah Lipstadt, together with Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, visited the Tree of Life or L'Simcha synagogue this week, meeting with survivors of the deadly attack that occurred almost 5 years ago, including Rabbi Jeffrey Myers and family members of the 11 Jewish men and women who were gunned down during prayer on October the 27th, 2018, at the congregations in Pittsburgh. Lipstadt wrote, "I am so grateful to the family members who accompanied us and shared their stories. I am awestruck by their strength and resolve to turn this tragedy into a story of grace for America and its citizens." Saying, "I left Pittsburgh with the words of the founder of Hasidism, Yisrael ben Eliezer Baal Shem Tov, on my lips. Forgetfulness leads to exile. Remembering is the key to redemption." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, August the 31st. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 7:30, Eric Goldman speaks with Guy Nattiv, the Israeli director of Golda, the 2023 film starring Helen Mirren and Liev Schreiber that depicts the life of Israel's first and only female prime minister, Golda Meir, particularly during the Yom Kippur War. At 8, Israel's President Isaac Herzog discusses his recent meetings in Washington with CNN analyst Bianna Golodryga. At 9, it's Titi Anyay, the first Ethiopian-born Israeli to win Miss Israel on L'chaim. At 10, Jewish women of color talk about the challenges they face with Rabbi Sandra Lawson, Tima Smith, Michelle Norris, and Sabrina Kerbel. And coming up next, I speak with Yolanda Savage-Narva, who discusses her experience as a Black Jewish woman participating in the historic 2023 March on Washington. She weighs in on Black-Jewish relations 60 years ago and today and offers hopes for the future. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, August the 31st, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.